That's right.
Today's smart topic is prescriptions that kids are mistaking for candy. It's a scary thing, and really this is the time of year that it can happen with Halloween and candy all around your house. What is good and what is not, and how can you keep your kids safe? That's what we're going to talk about.
Exactly. I mean, how do you keep your kids safe? I mean, you know, have you had some, what are those things, those laxatives, those chocolate laxatives? They look like
Hershey
they
candy
could be,
bar?
right, exactly. That could be really not a pleasant experience.
That's a movie in the making, I think.
Well, a lot of you have a solution on our Smart Family 15 Facebook page and Twitter pages. Victoria says she keeps any pills up on the shelf above the washer and dryer, and she says she can't reach them without the step stool. Victoria also says she talks to them and is blunt and honest. Well, that's a good one. Kaini says her medication is clearly marked. She says her kids are educated in what they are not, or what they are, and told not to open them. She adds, discipline is key. I like those comments, especially discipline is key. Tell us what you think. You can log on to Facebook.com/SmartFamily15, or you can find us on Twitter at SmartFamily15. So log in, let's chat. We're reading your comments right now.
And we do have some great comments on Facebook and really great advice out there. But what happens when the older kids don't really listen and then the younger kids just don't know any better? Well, you'd be surprised at how many medicines actually really do look like candy. Anita Benavides is the chair of the pharmacy technician program at Sanford Brown College, and she was nice enough to join us with some really smart information that we can all use to keep our little ones safe this time of year. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Connie.
You know, I think it's interesting when you think parents make a million calls to the poison control hotline every year.
Yes.
And obviously the kids have adjusted something, they don't know what to do about it. This is the time of the year when it's not the kid's fault half the time because you just can't tell the difference between the two.
That's right. There's a big difference between candy and medicine, and kids don't know that difference, especially the little ones.
You have brought some with you, and I know we're going to talk a little bit about the similarities between a lot of different ones.
Okay.
Is this going to be a test for me that I'm going to fail horribly?
I hope not. I hope you don't.
Me too.
So which do you think is candy and which do you think is medicine?
Okay, I'm going to show both of these. Can I show these here? And we'll see which one is candy and which one is medicine. You know,
Take
honestly,
a guess.
okay, I'm going to say that this is the medicine. I think this one is.
Okay, you're wrong.
Oh,
that is
seriously?
the candy.
Okay.
That is the candy. As you can see, they all look the same. Kids love colorful things.
Yeah, wow.
And they're always taking things and putting them into their mouths.
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
the ones under 4. And you can't tell the difference, but
You
this
can't.
right here is X-Lax.
That one's X-Lax and this one's chocolate. So
That's
let's go
Hershey.
through some of those because I know you've brought Motrin Tablets.
That's right.
And Motrin, of course, the little orange tablet.
That's right.
Can look a lot like a...
M&M or a Skittles.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it, but when you put them side by side, if you were to mix those Motrin tablets into the M&Ms, you just wouldn't have any idea. So
That's true.
that's a big one. Okay, so then you have aspirin that looks like...
Altoids.
Didn't even think of that, but you're right. You put the two together,
You
right?
put them together, they look almost identical, and a child would not know the difference between either one of those.
Right. So the theory here is that when kids are, you know, they're eating the Altoids or they're having their M&Ms, and then they go to the cabinet and they see what looks like the same similar kind of pill, but it was a candy before and now it's a pill, they don't understand. So there are some big conversations we should be having with our kids.
That's right, Connie. You need to talk with your children about the difference that mom and dad or grandma or grandpa or a trusted adult will give you medicine. You're never, ever, ever to go up to that cabinet and get it by yourself.
We're going to look at a couple more of these as we kind of go down the line because I know we've got Dayquil and we've also got some Mike and Ike's.
Right.
If your child should happen to ingest a medicine, what are some of those signs and symptoms we're going to look for?
It can vary depending on the drug. Most of the time you'll see things like sluggishness or sleepiness or tired or vomiting. It could get a lot worse than that if they were to take something that was truly, truly bad for them, prescription medication especially.
So let's talk about the advice that's out there, because what you're saying is really secure your containers. Make sure that they're very tight. Keep everything locked up. That means take all the medicines, put them in one place and put them up high. Keep your original labels so that everything is in the correct bottle, and never refer to something as yummy.
Never, ever call medicine candy, ever.
Okay. Very good. Well, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it, Anita, and especially this time of the year. I flunked, clearly, so you give it to a 6-year-old and they're really not going to pass. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right, Daphne.